From the untamed passion of Whole Lotta Love to the profound introspection of Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin ignited the rock and roll world with music that stirred the soul and resonated deeply. These iconic anthems would not have achieved their legendary status without the electrifying voice and compelling narratives woven by Robert Plant. Rolling Stone once hailed him as the greatest lead singer of all time, his very presence on stage embodying the essence of a rock god. Yet beneath the dazzling spotlight, the man himself remained a captivating enigma. Now, as he approaches 75, a beautiful truth has emerged from his daughter, confirming what many instinctively sensed. Robert Plant's journey began with the embrace of a happy childhood. Plant's roots, forged in the industrious heartland of Birmingham, laid a profound foundation for his remarkable life. Born on August 20th, 1948, in the resilient Black Country, an area bearing the indelible marks of World War II and industrial might, his early years were steeped in the enduring spirit of his surroundings. Amidst these formidable challenges, he discovered boundless solace and boundless joy in the vibrant presence of his mother, Annie Celia Plant. Robert himself affectionately described her as suitably and joyfully combustible. Annie's very spirit infused their home with a symphony of music and movement, cultivating an atmosphere brimming with creativity and warmth. While his father, also named Robert, had honorably set aside his own passion for the violin to support their family, it was Annie's fiery, spirited nature that left an indelible mark on her son. Her rich Romany heritage added a unique, cherished dimension to her character, a quality Plant treasured and embraced alongside her striking curly hair. In a poignant reflection on BBC's Desert Island Discs, Plant fondly recalled Annie's infectious energy, sharing how her singing and dancing filled their home with pure joy. He often reminisced about Annie's thick, untamable hair, a feature he admired and proudly inherited, confiding to GQ, "My mother, her hair was very, very thick. She couldn't even get a brush through it." Annie's profound influence transcended his formative years, meticulously shaping his artistic sensibilities and guiding his incredible musical journey with Led Zeppelin. Her luminous legacy lives on, echoing in the soulful melodies and electrifying performances that have come to define Plant's iconic career.
His father, envisioning a different path, wished him to be an accountant. Robert Plant's upbringing was a tapestry woven not only by his mother's inspiring influence, but also by his father's steadfast background and earnest aspirations. As meticulously detailed in Paul Rees's Robert Plant, A Life, Plant Sr., a civil engineer and Royal Air Force veteran, instilled in his son a cherished love for cycling and an ardent devotion to the Wolverhampton Wanderers football team. Yet, despite these shared passions, Plant Sr. held more traditional views that at times diverged from Robert's budding artistic inclinations. In an illuminating interview with BBC's Desert Island Discs, Plant candidly unveiled the heartfelt tension between him and his father regarding his chosen path. Plant Sr., a true reflection of his generation, found it challenging to conceive of music as a viable, respected profession. As Robert recalled, his father belonged to an era where esteemed professions like accountancy held precedence over the profound pursuits of the arts. Consequently, young Robert felt the gentle pressure to explore a career in accountancy, a path his father deemed more practical and secure. In the early 1960s, Plant embarked on an undergraduate program in finance and accounting at the prestigious London School of Economics, supported by a scholarship. Though his heart's irresistible call to music ultimately led him to depart, Plant's brief foray into the world of finance left an unexpected, enduring impact.
As noted by exec Hunter, his keen financial acumen proved invaluable to Led Zeppelin, inspiring innovative, cost-saving measures throughout their extensive tours. Plant's brilliant suggestion to rent a private jet for accommodation rather than booking countless hotel rooms stands as a testament to his astute financial management skills, a unique complement to his boundless artistic prowess within the band.
Driven by an unyielding passion, he bravely chose his own path. Robert Plant's early musical journey was marked by a fervent, undeniable passion that frequently transcended the conventional expectations of his family. As chronicled by Paul Rees, Robert's profound love affair with music ignited at the tender age of 9 as he joyfully emulated Elvis Presley singing into his hairbrush. Growing up near Stourbridge, his teenage years found him irresistibly drawn to the town's vibrant blues scene, particularly the legendary Seven Stars Blues Club, where he immersed himself in the raw, authentic sounds of Delta blues bands. However, Plant's escalating dedication to music and all-consuming devotion began to eclipse his academic pursuits. More time spent at the blues bar inevitably meant less time for school, gently sparking conversations within his family. In a candid interview with The Guardian, Plant openly acknowledged the challenges of harmonizing his musical aspirations with parental and educational expectations, recognizing the gentle strain it placed on his cherished relationships. His deep involvement with the Crawling King Snakes, a local band, further amplified these heartfelt discussions with his parents, leading to a period of heartfelt exploration. Despite his earnest efforts to navigate both worlds, Plant's academic performance, though secondary to his true calling, naturally shifted, culminating in his departure from school at the age of 17 to boldly forge his own path in pursuit of his musical dreams. Reflecting on his incredible journey, Plant emphasized to Lauder his eventual beautiful reconciliation with his parents, underscoring the profound understanding and acceptance he found as he wholeheartedly embarked on his musical odyssey.
His moment of destiny arrived in 1963. In 1963, Robert Plant stood on the precipice of a musical journey that would forever redefine the very landscape of rock and roll. At the tender age of 15, Plant's burgeoning fascination with music led him to connect with the Jurymen, a band composed of his dear friends and schoolmates. While Plant initially supported the group by faithfully carrying their gear, destiny beautifully intervened when the Jurymen's lead singer, Andy Long, fell ill on the day of a crucial gig. With no other alternative in sight, Plant courageously seized the opportunity to step into the spotlight, taking to the stage at the Bull's Head Pub in Lye. Recollections of Plant's debut performance, a blend of raw nerves and undeniable talent, paint a vivid picture of that defining moment. As recounted in Robert Plant, A Life, Plant himself fondly remembers being overwhelmed by stage fright, unable to make direct eye contact with the audience until years later. Yet for Juryman drummer John Dudley, Plant's inaugural concert was marked by an electrifying confidence that belied any apprehension. Despite his internal turmoil, Plant's commanding vocals left an indelible impression on the captivated audience, propelling him into the vibrant realm of local bands and setting the stage for his meteoric rise to rock stardom. Joining forces with Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones was an awe-inspiring challenge. By the late 1960s, Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones had already carved out their formidable reputations as accomplished musicians in the vibrant music scene. According to Rolling Stone, Jones had earned widespread recognition for his masterful work with Donovan and Jeff Beck, including crafting the iconic string arrangement for the Rolling Stones' She's a Rainbow. Meanwhile, Page, celebrated for his virtuoso guitar skills, was a pivotal member of the Yardbirds. However, in 1968, the Yardbirds found themselves in need of a powerful vocalist, prompting Page to embark on a meticulous search across the UK for the perfect frontman. Page's initial choice was Terry Reid, a vocalist renowned for his potent voice and esteemed by musical giants like Aretha Franklin. However, Reid, then on tour with The Doors and Jefferson Airplane, respectfully requested Page to wait a few weeks. Unwilling to delay the burgeoning musical vision, Page sought an alternative and wisely turned to Reid for recommendations. It was then that Reid, having previously witnessed Plant's raw talent when he opened for one of Reid's shows, enthusiastically suggested Robert Plant. Reflecting on this serendipitous turn of events, Reid remarked with graceful understatement, "It's a waste of time to talk about it. They did really well. End of story." For Plant, joining the Yardbirds was a monumental leap into uncharted territory, suddenly thrust into the esteemed company of seasoned musical architects like John Paul Jones and Jimmy Page. Plant openly admitted to grappling with feelings of intimidation, recalling, "We were suddenly alongside John Paul Jones and Jimmy Page, who were really seriously accomplished, far more mature. I was really kind of intimidated." It wasn't until around 1970–1971 that Plant truly began to cultivate the unwavering confidence that would ultimately define his iconic vocal prowess, transforming initial awe into unparalleled mastery.
Led Zeppelin's first concert was on Robert Plant's wedding day, a true convergence of destinies. In 1966, Robert Plant's life took a momentous turn when he crossed paths with Maureen Wilson at a canceled Georgie Fame concert. Uniquely for the times, it was Wilson who became a pillar of unwavering support for Plant during the initial years of their relationship. Hailing from a hard-working family, Wilson's father owned a steel factory where Plant briefly found employment while courageously pursuing his musical aspirations. Simultaneously, Wilson, working as a dedicated nurse, gracefully shouldered the couple's financial responsibilities, at least until Plant's career trajectory dramatically soared with the Yardbirds. In late 1968, the new Yardbirds triumphantly transitioned into Led Zeppelin, signaling the dawn of a new, electrifying era in rock music. As documented by Rolling Stone, Led Zeppelin's inaugural performance under their powerful new moniker took place at the legendary London Roundhouse on November 9th. It was at this very venue, immediately following their groundbreaking concert, that Plant and Wilson exchanged sacred vows, sealing their profound commitment to each other. Over the years, the loving couple welcomed 3 beautiful children into their family: Carmen, Karak, and Logan. While Plant embarked on rigorous touring schedules that spanned the globe with Led Zeppelin, Wilson remained a steadfast anchor at their cherished farmhouse, providing an invaluable foundation of stability and nurturing their growing family with boundless love.
He faced horrific car crashes, yet his spirit endured. In 1975, Led Zeppelin ascended to the absolute zenith of their musical career following the release of their lauded album, Physical Graffiti. The band's previous works surged to the top of the album charts, solidifying their status as undisputed rock icons. Their North American tour was met with fervent enthusiasm, culminating in 5 consecutive sold-out performances at Earl's Court Arena, a powerful testament to their global acclaim and popularity. However, amidst their triumphant journey, tragedy cast a profound shadow. While the band vacationed in Greece between tour stops, a grave car accident involving Led Zeppelin frontman Robert Plant's family brought their soaring success into stark relief. Conflicting reports emerged regarding the exact circumstances, with some sources attributing the mishap to Plant's wife, Maureen, while others suggested Plant himself was behind the wheel. Regardless, the rented car veered off the road, causing minimal injuries to their children, but leaving Plant and Maureen profoundly affected. In the harrowing aftermath, Plant confronted the terrifying prospect of losing his beloved wife. The immediate lack of substantial financial resources heightened the gravity of the situation. Yet, thanks to the band's considerable wealth amassed from their musical endeavors, arrangements were swiftly made to airlift Maureen to safety aboard a private plane equipped with expert medical personnel. The car accident also left the singer himself in a vulnerable state, not just physically, but emotionally. The timely intervention of Led Zeppelin's tour manager proved to be a lifesaver, as he meticulously arranged for the injured family members to be flown to Guy's Hospital in London for urgent medical treatment. Maureen's injuries were particularly grave, and her survival was nothing short of miraculous. Robert vividly recounted the challenging months that followed in a BBC interview, describing how he was confined to a wheelchair for an extended period. Despite his physical limitations, Plant remained fiercely determined to continue his musical pursuits. He played a significant role in the creation of Led Zeppelin's 1976 album, Presence, recording tracks from his wheelchair. One such track, Achilles' Last Stand, was initially affectionately dubbed the Wheelchair Song, reflecting the circumstances under which it was composed. In the aftermath of the tragic accident, Led Zeppelin faced significant setbacks, including the cancellation of their tour and delays in their album production schedule. Plant's slow recovery further compounded these challenges, compelling the band to temporarily put their musical endeavors on hold. Despite his physical limitations, Plant made valiant efforts to continue working with the band, even contributing to the writing process of their next album, Presence, from a wheelchair. One notable result of this period was the composition of Achilles' Last Stand, a song profoundly inspired by Plant's experience of being unable to walk. The accident also introduced an unexpected twist in the form of a copyright infringement lawsuit filed against the band in 2014. The lawsuit alleged that Jimmy Page and Robert Plant had plagiarized the song Stairway to Heaven from the American band Spirit's track Taurus, following a shared tour experience in 1970. Plant found himself in the courtroom, where he testified about his memory loss following the car accident. Plant stated that he had no recollection of Spirit or any other band playing with Led Zeppelin during that time. "I can't recall Spirit or anybody else playing there with the passing of time," he admitted. The singer attributed his memory lapses to the severity of the crash, revealing that his wife had suffered a fractured skull while his own head had been buried in the car's windshield. "I did have a bad car accident. I don't remember seeing Spirit." This string of car accidents left an indelible mark on Plant's life and career, powerfully underscoring the fragility of existence and the extraordinary resilience required to overcome adversity. Despite the profound challenges he faced, Plant's unwavering commitment to his music and his family exemplified his indomitable strength of character and enduring spirit.
Robert Plant lost his son, a test of unimaginable grief. In 1977, Led Zeppelin embarked on what would become one of their most challenging tours in the United States. The tour was already fraught with difficulties stemming from Robert's previous car accident, which had caused delays and setbacks. And violence and small riots erupted at several tour stops, contributing to an ominous atmosphere. However, on July 26th, tragedy struck in the most devastating manner possible. Robert Plant received the heartbreaking news that his beloved son, Chirac, had passed away. The tender heart of a father, Robert Plant, was pierced by an unimaginable sorrow when his beloved 5-year-old son, Chirac, succumbed to a cruel stomach virus. Chirac, the shining apple of Robert's eye, had contracted the illness from his mother, Maureen, who had recently recovered. That heartbreaking day, the world stopped for Robert. The devastating loss sent shockwaves through the Led Zeppelin camp, immediately halting their tour. Robert's father, in profound reflection, eloquently spoke of the unbreakable bond between father and son, a love that transcended earthly bounds. In the shattering aftermath, Robert retreated to the solace of his family's farmhouse, wrestling with a grief that threatened to consume him, striving to piece together the fragments of his shattered family. Consumed by sorrow, he initially turned away from the world of music, placing his family, his very soul, above all else. In a candid 2012 interview with Charlie Rose, Plant powerfully articulated his sentiments, emphasizing that life's true priorities extend far beyond the ephemeral realm of entertainment. His anguish echoed in a conversation with Rolling Stone, where he unequivocally expressed a deep longing to step away from Led Zeppelin, to be fully present with his grieving family in their darkest hour. Yet, even in the depths of despair, the unwavering spirit of camaraderie prevailed. It was the heartfelt and persuasive efforts of his dear bandmate, John Bonham, that ultimately rekindled a spark within Plant, urging him to reconsider. Amidst overwhelming sorrow and personal tragedy, Robert Plant found profound solace and strength in the unwavering support of his bandmates, ultimately returning to Led Zeppelin to navigate the turbulent waters of grief and healing. Together.
Driven by a profound yearning for deeper meaning and purpose following Kerouac's devastating loss, Robert Plant found himself contemplating a significant career shift, considering the noble path of teaching. In a revealing 2011 interview with GQ, he bravely reflected on the inherent insecurities often accompanying the entertainment world, acknowledging a personal longing for a more genuine and selfless path. He contemplated leaving behind the egocentric world of music for a career where he could make a more meaningful impact. This deep introspection led him to consider applying for a teaching position at the Rudolf Steiner Waldorf Schools in the West Midlands, seeking solace in a profession grounded in nurturing and education. In a pivotal moment recounted on the BBC's Desert Island Discs, Plant shared a remarkable encounter that would alter the course of his decision. As he journeyed to the Waldorf Education Center, he was met at the gate by Bonham. In an unexpected twist of fate, Bonham, donning a chauffeur's cap and driving a six-door Mercedes, whisked Plant away to a nearby pub, determined to dissuade him from abandoning music. In Bonham's unwavering support and conviction, Plant found renewed inspiration and purpose, choosing to remain with Led Zeppelin, at least for the time being. This profound gesture of friendship and encouragement illuminated the immense power of camaraderie and solidarity in navigating life's most formidable challenges, reigniting his resolve. Robert Plant's lifelong fascination with Indian culture and music has profoundly shaped his musical journey, an interest that gracefully expanded to embrace Northern Africa, reflecting his eclectic taste and adventurous spirit. Muhammad Rafi, one of India's most revered playback singers, holds a special place in Plant's heart, his music evoking cherished memories of the deep bond Plant forged with a Gujarati family living near his wife Maureen's home. Plant would often drop by unannounced, immersing himself in their rich culinary delights and soulful music, fostering a profound appreciation for Indian musical traditions. His love for Indian music beautifully culminated in a memorable 1972 recording session with Jimmy Page in Bombay, now Mumbai. Collaborating with renowned classical musicians Ustad Sultan Khan and P.K. Vijay Raghav, Plant and Page embarked on a journey of musical exploration that laid the foundation for their enduring fascination with non-Western sounds. In 1994, Plant and Page reunited for No Quarter,
a project that, while not bearing the Led Zeppelin moniker, marked a significant chapter in their collaborative efforts. A substantial portion was filmed in Morocco, where Plant and Page immersed themselves in the vibrant cultural tapestry of the region. The live album pulsates with the influence of North African music, featuring captivating rhythms and melodies that beautifully showcase the duo's artistic evolution. Arabic and Oriental influences continue to resonate throughout Plant's solo albums, such as Mighty Rearranger and Carry Fire, demonstrating his ongoing exploration of diverse musical traditions and his unwavering commitment to pushing artistic boundaries.
The bond between Robert Plant and John Bonham transcended mere bandmates. They were lifelong friends, their connection forged in their black country roots and mutual musical aspirations. From their high school days to the zenith of Led Zeppelin's success, Plant and Bonham stood shoulder to shoulder, their friendship enduring until Bonham's tragic death in September 1980. The circumstances surrounding Bonham's passing cast a somber shadow over Led Zeppelin's future as the band prepared for their eagerly anticipated return to touring. John Paul Jones, who discovered Bonham's lifeless body, recalled the final rehearsals with a mix of sadness and concern, acknowledging the devastating toll alcohol had taken on his friend. Despite fleeting moments of promise, Bonham's excessive drinking led to a tragic accident that claimed his life, leaving his bandmates reeling from the sudden loss. For Plant, the news was a devastating blow. Led Zeppelin without Bonham seemed inconceivable, as he was an integral, irreplaceable part of the band's identity and sound. Even when Bonham's son, Jason, admirably participated in Led Zeppelin's only reunion performance at the 2007 Celebration Day concert in London, Plant remained steadfast in his conviction that Led Zeppelin could never truly be recreated without Bonham. When Jason Bonham gently broached the subject of a potential reunion, Plant's poignant words to Jason underscored the depth of his affection and respect for his fallen friend, reflecting the profound impact John Bonham had on his life and the indelible mark he left on Led Zeppelin's legacy. "I loved your dad way too much." Robert Plant's distinctive voice is one of the defining elements of Led Zeppelin's sound, a magnificent instrument that faced significant challenges. In the early 1970s, Plant bravely underwent surgery to remove vocal cord nodules, a procedure that led to a remarkable improvement in his vocal quality, fueling speculation about its timing and positive impact on his singing abilities. However, the early 1990s brought a frightening moment when Plant received unsettling news from a voice specialist in London. Recounting the experience to Dan Rather, Plant described a grim prognosis, a warning that his voice would deteriorate to the point where it could no longer express surprise within 6 months, a dire prediction that threatened to derail his illustrious career. Yet, despite the ominous diagnosis, Plant remained resilient and fiercely determined to overcome the setback. Drawing inspiration from other musicians who had faced similar challenges, such as Elton John and Steven Tyler, Plant refused to accept defeat. He embarked on a journey of recovery, undergoing whatever treatments were necessary to preserve his voice and continue pursuing his boundless passion for music. Plant's confidence in his ability to bounce back proved profoundly well-founded. Contrary to the specialist's bleak forecast, Plant not only preserved his vocal abilities, but continued to thrive creatively, releasing several acclaimed records in the aftermath of the doctor's ominous warning, powerfully demonstrating his unwavering commitment to his craft and his extraordinary resilience in the face of adversity.
In 2010, Robert Plant's romantic life took a significant, beautiful turn when he began dating musician Patty Griffin, following their collaboration in his project Band of Joy. Their relationship blossomed on both personal and professional levels, with Plant finding in Griffin not only a romantic partner, but also a wellspring of musical inspiration. The undeniable chemistry between them prompted Plant to relocate to Austin, Texas, where Griffin resided, marking a significant shift for him. Griffin's profound influence on Plant's musical style became beautifully evident as their relationship deepened. Plant spoke highly of Griffin's musical prowess and soulful presence, citing her as a catalyst for his artistic growth. In an interview with Louder, he praised her prolific talent and described her as a source of both musical integrity and personal fulfillment. However, their relationship took a turn in 2014, and the couple parted ways. Plant faced the end of his romance with Griffin and found himself at a crossroads. It was during this period of introspection and transition that Plant made a significant decision: to return to his beloved homeland, the Welsh borders. This return to his roots proved to be a profound experience, shaping the direction of his music in unexpected and beautiful ways. Rolling Stone notes that his album Lullaby and the Ceaseless Roar was heavily influenced by his homecoming, with Plant expressing deep gratitude for the opportunity to reconnect with the landscapes and communities of Wales. He described the album as an ode to life, love, and the unpredictable journey of existence, reflecting on his decision to return to Wales with a sense of rediscovery and renewal. The familiar surroundings and the unwavering support of friends and confidants provided him with a powerful sense of grounding and boundless inspiration.
Those versed in rock history might recall a significant moment involving Robert Plant and Phil Collins during Led Zeppelin's highly anticipated return to the stage at the iconic Live Aid concert in July 1985. This monumental event, broadcast to an audience of 1.5 billion people from Philadelphia's JFK Stadium, remains etched in memory. Despite the grandeur of the occasion, Led Zeppelin's performance that day was marked by technical glitches, off-key instruments, and a less-than-ideal vocal condition for Plant. The resulting show, labeled disastrous by critics and musicians alike, strained the relationship between Collins and Led Zeppelin's lead guitarist, Jimmy Page. Collins, who famously juggled 2 performances that day by flying across the Atlantic to join Led Zeppelin, would later express regret over his involvement. Reflecting on the experience, he likened his role to being a square peg in a round hole. Years later, Collins candidly described the atmosphere surrounding Led Zeppelin as a nasty strain of alchemy, suggesting a palpable tension and discomfort when Plant reunited with his former bandmates. Despite the challenges, Plant maintained a diplomatic stance, affirming the efforts of all involved, while acknowledging the difficulties faced during the performance. To provide clarity, it's important to note that despite the challenges faced during the Live Aid performance, there was no lingering tension between Plant and Collins in the years that followed. In fact, Collins emphasized in an interview that they remained still friends beyond the brief setback at Live Aid. The connection between Plant and Collins runs deeper than many rock fans may realize.
What's often overlooked is Collins's pivotal role in supporting Plant during a period of immense personal and musical turmoil following the dissolution of Led Zeppelin in 1980. After experiencing the heartbreaking loss of his son, Karak, in 1977, and the subsequent death of his close friend, John Bonham, in 1980, Plant found himself adrift, both creatively and emotionally. In an interview with Rolling Stone, he candidly expressed his desire to step away from Led Zeppelin and focus on his family. However, a newfound sense of purpose began to emerge, thanks in part to Collins's heartfelt encouragement and unwavering support.
As Plant recounted in his podcast, Digging Deep, the Robert Plant Podcast, Collins, who admired Bonham's drumming, encouraged him to pursue a solo career and even offered to contribute to the drum sessions for his debut solo album, Pictures at 11, released in 1982. During the recording process, Plant found inspiration in Collins's enthusiasm and strong work ethic, learning valuable lessons about patience and focus as a solo artist. The collaboration between Plant and Collins proved profoundly fruitful, leading to Collins's involvement in Plant's second solo album, The Principle of Moments, released in 1983. Their partnership extended beyond the studio, with Collins joining Plant on a North American tour to promote the album. Reflecting on their collaboration in a 2019 podcast, Plant expressed deep appreciation for Collins's spirited encouragement and positive influence, describing him as a spirited, positive, and really encouraging force. In essence, the bond between Plant and Collins transcends mere musical collaboration. It embodies mutual respect, admiration, and unwavering support, a testament to the enduring power of friendship and belief.